what do we have here? The typical rotary cutter, shredder, mower, tail wheel that has been neglected, like most of them are. That looks like it's never been greased. That's dry as a bone. It's hit things, and so you can tell it's not quite right. And the bearings, these are heavy. Have ate that out. So what we're gonna do is I went down to Tractor Supply, and they sell like a universal hub, rotary cutter hub assembly, and it's supposed to measure the same as this John Deere. This is an MX5, I guess 5-foot rotary cutter. But what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go get a socket and the impact. We're gonna bust that thing off, see if this will go on. Then we'll see if the pipe spacer and the bolt still fit through it and everything like it's supposed to. We'll pack it with grease, and then we've got to cut that whole thing apart. You can even see from here how bad of an angle that thing is sitting at. It's pretty bad. But let me get a few tools gathered up and we will get on it. Oh yeah, well, it's a little beat up, but it should go in there. Do a little sanding on it and see. Yeah, I guess the big thing, make sure it even fits the wheel. Before we get too carried away. It's good to know instead of having to go to John Deere to buy that high dollar hub, you can just go down to Tractor Supply and get one. It was, I don't know, $49 I think, $49.99, $59.99. Still pretty cheap. And if the other bolt hadn't been banging around on that inside collar so much, I wouldn't have had to sand it on that. And the bolt pattern is the same, but them studs, that's a cheap hub. They probably were cocked in a little or something. I probably could have just took a die grinder or a drill bit and just popped the paint off of all four of them, and it would have fell right on there. But it works. Alright, so now put this in the vise. This weld, you can see it weld's already cracked about a third of the way around, maybe a little more. I'd like to bust it loose altogether and just take this off and put a new piece on. These are okay, I just got to cut them off, get this on a straight piece, weld that back in it, and then it had this washer, which was a lot thicker, welded on top. And I just took a flat wheel and kept sanding it down until I seen the crack, and then bink, hit it and it popped right off. Open the doors and ventilation. Alright, it took a lot of whittling away at that weld. Most of the weld, like I showed you earlier, was already broke, cracked, I just had to hack away until I got it all to come off and push it out. Now I gotta go make one of those, but I'm gonna get all this stuff off here first. Alright, we're going to cut a hole in this piece I got marked off. The biggest one I got is going to be a little too small, but I think we can take a die grinder to it. Lube though. Did it. Look at that clean cut. Now the fun part. Should work. Alright, so I die grinded one of these washers to go on the bottom, and I'm going to lift that up. It'll act like a thrust bearing, I guess. Then I'm going to have to die grind another one out to fit over that shaft, and I'll weld it on top. And then when you grease it, it might hold the grease in if the guy greases it. Okay, so we got the washer on the bottom, little thrust washer, we got the one on the top, we're going to burn that on, then we'll probably stack a couple more on it, burn them, plug weld them, just to give it a little more thickness on top. Shouldn't need it on top because it doesn't really have a lot of weight pulling down when you lift it. You're just holding up the tire, but probably good just to have it done. Alright. You done. Alright, that's got to grease the axle and the pivot, get all my junk off of it, and it's ready to be hooked back up. Which I hope it's easier to hook up than it was to unhook, because that was a pain in the butt. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. the main point of the video was to prove that you do not have to go to John Deere for this little 4-hole hub. You can just go down to Tractor Supply or Atwood's. I think I got this in Tractor Supply, and it was like $50, $59. I bet money the one from John Deere is probably $150, which I didn't price it. Knowing my luck, I'm going to tell you all this, and you go to John Deere and it's like, hey, that thing's $30 at John Deere. Figures. But chances are, I know John Deere, they're probably higher, but that's a whole lot straighter than it was now. And the other one, you know, had a twist that way and that way, so the wheel was cocked over and back. It was rough. So this will last another 100,000 miles. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. We will see y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.